because I found my way. Take back my life today. It's me, I'm queen. I'm a winning woman. I'm winning every day because I found my way. Take back my life today. It's me, I'm queen. I'm a winning woman.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our second interview for our series called I Think It, I Get It. I felt that it was super important to start off the year with resources that can help us to develop a positive mindset, that can help us to reframe the way that we're thinking and the way that we perceive success, the way that we go after our goals, every single thing. So today we have with us another coach, and she is a life coach. I've known her for such a long time, and she has been basically doing this for many years for everyone she knows, and she has taken the time to get officially certified, although to us she was already officially certified because we've all called and, hey, can you help me? Can you help me? So I'm super excited for this path that she's on. And today she's here to help us to understand more about our mindset, positive thinking, and how to approach, being a better you. So welcome, Huelette McNickle. Welcome to the Winning Knowledge segment.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
You will start by you first introducing yourself. I know you. I know who you are. But for all the people who are watching today who do not know who this wonderful lady is, can you introduce yourself to
Okay, thank you, Toya. It's indeed a pleasure for me to be here with you. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you, and I'm so excited for this platform that you and this stand that you're taking, and this platform that you have created. And who am I? Huelette. I really don't even like to describe myself because I'm somebody that wears so many hats. I try very hard to be a friend, to be a mother, to be a sister, to be a confidant, to be, what people really looking for in me that I can give. You understand? So I would describe myself as just somebody who is humbled, who has and is going through lots of life experiences. And one thing I can tell you for sure, that without being boastful, I can say about myself is that I am not selfish.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's something I'm very confident about within myself, that I'm somebody who loves to share my knowledge, share my wealth, share my time.
Very true.
Yes. So that's
awesome. That is great. So let us start by, I have this question because before we interviewed Brooke, right, who is a mindset coach and an entrepreneurial coach. So it was really important to me to get 3 different perspectives on the same topic: positive mind frame, mindset, reframing our way of thinking, how we achieve goals, but to get it from 3 different standpoints of people working in the similar profession. So tell the people, if they don't know, what is a life coach?
A life coach is a midwife.
Okay. I like that.
A life coach is literally someone who helps you in your life when you feel stuck, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like, I am pregnant. I know I'm pregnant. Right. I know this baby is inside of me, and I know this baby has to come out, but I need help.
Yeah.
I need help to not only, because I myself have to give birth to this baby, but I need someone to hold my hand. I need someone to give me a push. I need someone to tell me what it is that I know that I can do. Right. But I just need you to tell me again. I need you to encourage me. I need you to cheer me on. I need you to assist me, because I want this gift that I have on the inside of me that I'm pregnant with. I want this gift to come forth. I mean, you would hear people say that a life coach is someone who help you maximize your potential, in reaching your goals, and all the
fancy definitions,
politically correct definitions. Yeah. And as I after I finished taking this course, I prayed And I asked God, literally, after all the knowledge that I gained from, from being how to be a life coach, who is a life coach, I asked God, who is a life coach?
Mm-hmm.
What is life coaching? And he's like, I'm going to tell you who you are as a life coach. So I am the midwife that is going to help you to give birth to that dream, that gift that you have on the inside of you. I do not have your answers because you know you're pregnant. I am not telling you you're pregnant. You're coming to me and telling me I am pregnant and I want help to give birth to this child. And that's who a life coach is.
Amazing. And that's it. Like, I feel like, for some people, they may not need that level of life coaching, but there's so many people who have dreams and goals deep inside of them, and they don't know how to get it out. They don't know how to, climb up that hill. They don't know how to get resources, how to keep pushing, how to stay motivated. And really, a life coach is super important for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So our next question to you is, what are some things that, you basically explained it just now, that a life coach can help someone to improve on, but what do you, if someone comes to you for help, what are some things that you come to you for help on?
First of all, I would definitely, the person have to identify where they are. That's the key, and the fact that you search for a life coach, it means that you know for sure that you need to improve on something. Sometimes they may come to me and say they want to improve on like conflict resolution, but there's an underlying besides that. The issue you may think as you come to me would be conflict resolution, but then as a life coach, we're known as question posers. You got to know to ask the appropriate question, the right question. Every question have an answer. So as you help the person dig within themselves by asking questions, whereas so you say that you cannot solve conflict or you can't resolve conflict. What is the conflict that's going on within you? Is the conflict going on outside of you with that person that you haven't, the conflict with, or is it something that you're fighting on the inside that you haven't tapped into yet? Whereas, do you have low self-esteem? Do you have, what is your outlook on relationship, as a matter of fact, So we can help, and we do help with the how to improve. First of all, how for you to identify where you are, to identify the issues that you're ignoring. Because oftentimes we bring a situation to the forefront in our lives and we think that that is the problem, but that's just the mountain of the problem. There are other steps that led you to that. Are you a good communicator? Is that the reason why that you have a breakdown in your relationship? What is your outlook on life? And these are some of the things that a life coach do help someone to improve on. Also, how do you look at yourself? What is your self-care? Do you attend unto yourself? Right. How could I be how could I be of good help to someone if I don't think that I am worth being helped, or if I am worth even any sort of attention, period. And that's where, as we ask the questions as life coaches, that's where the answers flow and come alive. You can also help others how to take a good inventory of self. You understand? Many times we run from ourselves.
Right.
We run from ourselves because of our mindset, of what we have held, what we have stored in our mind about what we thought, what we think about ourselves, and what others think about us. You understand? Where we come from. So we block ourselves. So I can help you to tear down those walls of not putting limitations on yourself.
Almost like self-sabotaging as well, right?
Exactly.
You're touching on something that's really important that I even put in the guide. It's about self-reflection. And so a lot of the questions that you're discussing, it's the time for an individual to sit down and self-reflect. Why am I here? Why is this happening? Why am I reacting this way? Why am I doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different result? What is it that I'm doing here? So I love that as a life coach, you really sort of gear that person into their own way of realizing, oh, this
Yeah.
is what I'm doing, and I have the power to change it. Okay.
And oftentimes we do say that as life coaches. What we're not advisors, we're not counselors, we're not the answer.
Right.
All the answers of our clients lies within them. Every single, because I can't come and tell you what you want to do. I've heard you, Toya, said that you've had this dream sitting on the inside of you since you were 16 years old.
Right.
You understand? And through the process of the struggles that you've gone through the different steps that you've taken, the mistakes that you've made, you're able now at this point to glean away from all those things because you have taken the time to do that self-inventory, and you were intentional about your changes. That's another thing.
Exactly.
You must be intentional about what you want to do, where you want to go. And as a life coach, I am just here to say to you, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you maximize. I'm going to help you get to that place where you move you from here to there. How do you do that? I'll take you by the hand. I'll show you what you tell me that you have on the inside of you. I'll show you how to apply it in your day-to-day steps.
And I think that's really important. Why? Because some people, you don't want to become so dependent upon someone, or people become super dependent upon their life coach where they can't make a decision in their life without calling them. They are so, not a lack of a better word, not to say needy, but super like, almost like you can't make a decision without your life coach. And that's not the type. You want the person to become autonomous. You want them to become in charge of their own destiny, in charge of their own health, their own mind frame, not super dependent on someone to change their lives for them. So.
That's true, but there are times also that, and this is a stigma that is in societies, that when we need help, it's okay to keep it a secret. Don't ask for help. It is good when you recognize for yourself that you are in need and you ask for help. And as you said, but we cannot become codependent. You understand? And then that's now taking from whatever advice you've given, whatever knowledge that you attained from whatever material you read, or from listening to this, watching this YouTube channel, for example. It lies within your power now to apply that which you heard, that which you read, that which you gained. Some people, however, become crippled by the information that is given to them, because some people are actually afraid of succeeding. Because remember, you've done the self-inventory and you realize, like, that's in me. I can really do that. I did that. And then because of that, fear gripped them. You understand what I mean? So then you go back into that place where you depend on someone. And then when you find a life coach now, the life coach just give you like, when you go a jump start, a jump start again, like, you understand? The battery is good. The battery is working, but it just, it needed a jump start. And even when the battery's not working, it's for a reason also. It tell you, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the middle of snow. I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere, and my battery is dying, but my battery is okay. It's for a lesson also that you have to learn for you to be able to get to where you want to go.
All right. That's good. That is it. It's so full. You're giving up so much. You're giving literally a mini life coach session, and
I won't charge you.
You won't charge me, because I can't afford it right now. Not now, but soon. So we're gonna move on to the question. It is said, as I said before, I looked for statistics on goal achievement, and specifically attached to New Year's resolutions, and why 80% of the population fail at the New Year's resolutions. Apparently pretty quickly. Apparently by the first 2 weeks in February, most people have already given up on their New Year's resolution goals. So as a life coach, why do you think that is as it pertains to, your field?
Some people are not realistic. Their goals are not realistic. That's the first and foremost. Also, as individuals, we tend to forget and we fail to realize that old habits, number one, old self, old mentality of complacentness and attitudes, and it is within us.
Yes.
And it travel over to the year that you're coming into. So you're going with literally yourself, because why? You fail to address them. The same situation. It's like you have a suitcase and you pack your suitcase with winter clothes, and you're in summer. Something is wrong. You're
for the weather.
exactly. So you're not prepared for the particular season of your life that you're in. You understand? For example, there's some of us, when we had a Coca-Cola shape, and then we have one baby, two babies, or whatever. Life happens. Life overwhelms us. We can't change it, but we can adjust accordingly, but not to please others. That's another thing. The focus cannot be on, I want to look good like LaToya. I want to look good because everybody says I am. I want to do this. I want to achieve this because of my roommates or my peers or my siblings. No, it always have to come back to you.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? The goals that you set that you want to meet. Some people may very well be able to multitask. Some people may very well be able to handle more than one project at the same time in their life. You know who you are. You are acquainted with yourself. Yes. Nobody knows us but us. So let's be real. I can only, for example, take on one project at a time. But when you do that, do it with all your might. Do it with everything that you have on the inside of you, because you know what? When you accomplish one goal and you do so successfully, what does that do? It propels you to move on to the next, and you don't feel like a failure. But even though you feel like you have 5 things planned on your list, you may accomplish 1 for that year, and that's okay. But remember, you are still within yourself, and self is what's going with you. Self came with us to 2021.
The same self.
You understand that? The same self came with us for 2021. And also, a lot of people like quick fix and guilt.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? And making New Year's resolutions cannot be about guilt. It cannot be about quick fix, because it would not be sturdy. It would not be solid. Do you understand? It's okay if you have a list of 10 and you only accomplish 1.
Right.
Why? Because someone may be able, for example, because I always say, all truth is parallel. So it is in the natural, so it is in the spiritual. Someone may be able to read through the Bible for 1 year, and they brag and they feel good about, their accolades and all of that. And I only reached at the end of the Old Testament. Bless God. Applaud yourself, appreciate yourself, award yourself for the accomplishment that you have achieved.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Exactly. Because oftentimes we don't know what the other person's life entails. Someone who has completed the Bible in a year may just have that on their plate. And they have all their mornings and all their evenings and all their nights. Just do that. And for you may have, your kids. You may have 3 jobs. You may have volunteer. And you're looking at that person's life and thinking, well, why can't I do that? Well, you don't have the same life. And I feel again that you touched on that I find it so important is that to understand that your desires and your goals, they truly have to be yours. They cannot be another person's. Your goal and your reach or your dreams have to be, and you have to be emotionally connected to them. As Brooke was saying before, you have to be emotionally connected to your purpose, your drive, your goals. Otherwise, you lose your momentum. You lose why it's important. Why am I doing this? You didn't set the goal in the beginning with the right mindset. That this is for this reason. And that with the achievement of this goal, I will be able to move this path in this portion of my life that will be able to elevate me to another place, the place that I want to go. So it all has
because there is also a difference when we put things on paper, LaToya. It's different than when we actually living it.
Mhm.
Things always look good on paper, but it's not the word of God, but it's the activeness,
Mhm.
of the word of God, the application of
Right.
the word of God that makes the difference. It's not what you do or what you on paper, but it's how you do it in your everyday life. And as you said, rightfully so, I am not in your house.
Mhm.
I am not in your life. I only have access to what you reveal to me on the outside. And oftentimes we know that when people are stuck, it's because they are literally measuring their life to someone else's.
Yes.
I am stuck here because at my age I'm supposed to be somewhere else. There
Mhm.
was something that I learned as an early childhood educator in college, and that just it literally it changed my mindset.
Right. Right.
It changed my mindset, to my approach with individuals, to my approach with even a child, even a baby. I remember in my human development class, my teacher said that children may be the same age,
Mhm.
but they're not all at the same stage.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Wow.
Mhm.
When I looked at that and I literally applied it in my work field,
Mhm.
I was able to take away from that every day. I'm in a classroom with children who are all the same age, but I'm seeing it alive, like observing it daily, that they are literally at different stages. And also, what piques one child's interest does not do for the other.
Right.
So the goals that you may set and the resolutions that you may set for you, it may be because you heard someone else done it, but it didn't apply to the stage of where you are in your life. And I bring that home also with adults.
Mhm.
We may be the same age. We have not gone through the same experiences in life. We have not encountered the same things on our daily path. Therefore, we are literally at different stages. So we need to recognize that
Exactly. Recognize where you are. Where you are.
and love it
To go
and own it,
and own
accept
it.
it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So much times we get wrapped up in social media and the accomplishments of
Oh,
others, and like, oh my God,
oh.
yeah, we're the same age. Why am I not married yet? Why don't I have this yet? Our lives
Mm-hmm,
are so different. And once you just, as we're saying, self-reflect, where I am,
mm-hmm,
it's
mm-hmm.
my place. This is all mine.
That's right.
And
Own it,
present. I'm present in
live in it, be very present in the
be
moment.
grateful to
Mhm.
for where you are.
Yes,
Because the
that's it.
next person could be like, man, if I could just get a job and if I could
Mm-hmm.
just have a kid and if I could just, and for you, you have a job and you have a kid and you're like, oh my God, my woe is my life. So
But do you know, always, Toya, in life, do you know that someone may be jealous of you? You may be jealous of someone else. Someone may
always,
be jealous of the person. It's always in a line. So you may think that you're nowhere. You
yeah,
may think that you have not achieved or accomplished. You may think that none of your New Year's resolution has even manifested. Nevertheless, there's someone else who's looking at you and like,
exactly,
wow, if only I could have, if
exactly.
only. And this is how, as a life coach, we help people to climb up the ladder at where you are. Some people may be midway, some may be just at the beginning stage, but it's very important. I can't emphasize on that enough.
Mhm.
Where you are
Yeah,
is
amazing,
where you start from.
amazing. And just going back to being grateful for where you are. Our lives
Yes.
are our own. They're
Mhm.
different. Mine is different. Yours is different.
Yes.
And that this is why in my guide as well, I also have gratitude sections. Gratitude because once you've gone through a month
Yeah.
of goals and
Mm-hmm.
you're like, okay, I didn't meet half of the goal, the
Mm-hmm.
goal that I set for this month.
Mm-hmm.
Still, you did half.
Yeah.
You did that
Yeah.
other half. So be
Yeah. Be
grateful.
grateful.
Let's
Yeah.
find things in our lives that we're grateful for. Let's find
Mm-hmm.
not always looking at what I don't have, but look at what
But
you
appreciate
have.
what you have, and not only appreciating it, but say thank you.
Same thank you.
Say thank you. Say thank you. I am still, I bought the book, but I blessed someone with it, so I'm waiting for another one to come.
That's
But
okay.
I'm gonna do my catch up. But and it's even more humbling Latoya, to know that you have a heart of gratitude.
Oh, I have to.
Because if you don't know how to say thank you for a cup of water, you would not appreciate the sugar after that will go in that water to
Yes,
sweeten
yes,
the water.
exactly.
So that's really, and I think that is a breakthrough for a lot of us, you understand, as individuals, to say, to be grateful, grateful for being alive,
Yes.
be grateful for having been able to function in whatever capacity that you're able to. Be
Yes.
grateful for that. And that's called living in the moment,
Yes.
living in your now, living in your present,
Yes.
and appreciating what
Yes.
your present is offering to you.
Yeah. Amen. That's it. That's it. Just to touch on that, and we're going to get ready to close, but it's going so well, is that, that part of like where you have to be grateful for. Because I just recently have a friend who posted about someone who she admired who has, I think it's dermatomyositis. It's basically where it's an autoimmune disease where you lose your muscle, the ability to use your muscles or use your limbs or your body in the way that you would naturally do. In the way that I would lift my hands, or I would bend, I would close my hands. For that person, it's sometimes impossible to do this.
Okay.
Or it's sometimes impossible to tie her shoelaces. And I saw that person just motivating others and speaking about how she took for granted tying her shoelaces, being able to get up from her bed on her own, at her own will, being able to turn from left to right. And it humbled me, because for her now, those were fitness goals or health goals that she now had to work on. Or she had this autoimmune disease, or those were things that she just normally did in her
Took
life
for granted.
with no thought of it. And here it humbles me, because I'm like, we don't even appreciate these are the things because they are so natural and they just occur. I want to walk, I get up and I walk. I want to sing, I open my voice and I sing. But there are people in the world who have to actually do exercises and go through a health plan to be able to get up and walk in the
And this is why also, as a life coach, you got to be transparent, because you're with your client, and you cannot come off as high and mighty and look down or judgmental on your clients. Because why? Transparency, they can allow your life experience, allow the fact that you had inabilities and to do something, but you got over it. Some people, you hear them say often that they were stutterers. They couldn't speak clearly, and they worked and they got along with, and now they're like, for example, the president. You understand what I'm saying? And the disability that we limit ourselves, it's caused by us. You understand? Because we look at others and think that, oh, she's there motivating people. Nobody knows if I'm sitting in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You understand? You can't see that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Has it all figured out. She's motivated. And you couldn't tell. And this is something, again, that you wouldn't be able to tell, because it's not an evident disease. It's not like it's stuff on your arms. It's basically a silent disease. So this is something where a lot of people can say, oh, who is this person motivating? Because it's not a disease that you can see. You can see cancer, it takes away your hair. You can see a certain sickness that takes away your sight. But autoimmune diseases, you cannot see it. So that's a really good point. I have to say, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. But please let us know where we can find you, hunt you down, get your services, and get help for if we need that little extra push. 1 session, 2 session, whatever it may be. Where can we find your services?
Okay, I thank you for asking that. I have just set up with some great Destiny helpers my business online, and I've been running from online.
Yeah.
It's at www.handsofblessings.org. And that's where you're going to find Huelette McNickle at Hands of Blessings Life Coaching. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where you can find me at the moment. All the information that everyone need is there for your booking, for for consultation and everything. It's all there. It's really, really, it's really it's scary in a way, because as you said earlier on in the introduction, it's something that I've been doing all my life, but not able to put, to identify what exactly the name, the title, or you know what I mean? So it comes natural for me, because I realize it's a God-given gift that needs to be shared, because we really do need someone sometime to give us a little kick in the pants.
So if you want your kick in the pants, you know where to go. And we will definitely put all Huelette's information at the end of this video, and underneath all the posts, you will be able to find her. You'll be able to follow her. She has other platforms on YouTube as a motivational speaker and as an evangelist. So thank you, Huelette. Thank you for coming, and we loved having you.
It's my pleasure.
Every day, because I found my way. Take back my life today. It's me.